Well guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry, and today we're gonna do a quick and easy meal pulled out of your pantry, your freezer, what you've already got on hand, and really and truly nothing else is coming into play. So a one-pot meal in the end, okay? Last night I cooked off some linguine. Now I got this linguine on the clearance rack, and with intentions of donating it because my store used to have a donation bin and they did away with it. But this was 25 cents a pound. Anyways, I cooked that off. I also poached off some Zaycon shrimp, and here's a little over a pound left. I don't know who ate the rest because it was 2 pounds. But the Zaycon red shrimp from New Zealand, I believe. There's a link to Zaycon down below if you're interested. There's a link to everything down below except for my marinara. Anyway, so tonight's dinner is going to be super simple. We're going to have marinara sauce that I canned last fall, in October of 2016, and it's delicious. I just canned 9 quarts of marinara, if you're following me, but I'm going to use the older stuff first. So I've got some organic mushrooms here that are canned, 4 ounces of that. I've got some freeze-dried garlic. Costco carries this right now, and it's really good. And I've got some Thrive freeze-dried onion, delicious, and some freeze-dried bell pepper, which I really want in here. So I'm going to do the sauce with everything first. How easy is this? It literally is going to take me no time at all to put this together. So we're going to open the marinara. I'm going to need a spoon, so hold on. We're going to need something to stir this, or a spatula to stir this with. And this is why we prep. This is why we put food back, and we take the time to do all that work when we have tomatoes coming in out of the garden, and it smells so good. Oh my gosh, it smells divine. This is why we do this. So on these nights that we don't have time, or we don't have the desire to, whip up this perfect meal, we're gonna whip up a perfect meal out of the pantry. So the marinara goes in here, and 1 quart, okay? And this is dinner for, you could probably get away with 4 servings if you had a side salad, but a big plate, maybe 2 if you're a big eater. Mushrooms, I know that I'm not showing you anything fantastic. I'm not giving you a recipe, but I believe that I posted a video on this marinara sauce, and it is delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and put a teaspoon of the freeze-dried garlic, heaping, because we need a little bit more garlic, even though the marinara has it in there. And then from Thrive, I'm going to go for a heaping tablespoon of the freeze-dried chopped onions, and these are, they're pretty finely minced actually. Smells amazing between the garlic and the onions, oh my. And then of course the green bell peppers, and these are freeze-dried. They're in slices, but you can break them up if you want them smaller. I'm going to go ahead and they smell fantastic. I like green bell peppers in some of my sauces, and or in my spaghetti sauces, I should say, or my pasta sauces. So maybe a 1/4 cup of green bell peppers broke up, and now we're going to go over to the stove, and my shrimp is already cooked, so I'm not going to add that in until I am ready to serve, and we're just going to heat that through. And so the shrimp are heated through, and then it'll go on the pasta. The pasta can go in the microwave. Oh my gosh, dinner's gonna be less than 5 minutes because I did a little prep work last night, and now we're good. So I've got my marinara, mushrooms, onions, bell peppers, all that is over here on the stove. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna put the shrimp in until the last. But I did pull out
Thrive has freeze-dried basil. Oh, it's so good. And we need some basil in here. So we're gonna put a little bit, maybe a teaspoon, maybe, yeah, it's probably closer to a half a teaspoon, but because it's freeze-dried, the flavors are gonna be very intense. And I also pulled it out of my refrigerator because I'm usually prepared for everything. Some grated Parmesan cheese, and so we're gonna bring this up to a little bit of a simmer. And this is a one-pot meal, and this is why we prep. Preparedness Month should be educating us to the fact that all the things that are going on right now, we should be able to do this in our home without having to go to the store. And my prayers go out to everybody that are dealing with the hurricanes and the devastation. I truly feel so very sad. But going forward, let's all try to at least prepare our pantries for a quick and easy meal that is delicious, nutritious, and we didn't have to reach out to the store or fast food or something like that. So anyway, we're gonna let this come up to a really good simmer. And once this is hot all the way through, I can actually microwave the pasta and steam it. It's already cooked, or I could put it back in a bath of boiling water and refresh it that way. Either way is fine. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use the microwave, but okay. Ooh, it's coming together. It smells fantastic. And I'll show you when I add the shrimp back in. Oh, shrimp marinara. Who doesn't want that? Yum. Okay, so my sauce has come up to a nice simmer. It smells amazing. It's wafting off the smell, and the peppers have refreshed back to their fresh state. You know, what you would have if you cut up bell peppers, and the garlic and the onions. It's fantastic. So now I'm gonna put my, well, generous pound of shrimp into the mix, and we are gonna have this beautiful shrimp marinara with big, well, these are about 16, 20 count, I think, shrimp from Zaycon. And I don't share all these things to try to sell you something. Trust me when I tell you, I'm sharing because if I don't share the links and the information, I get bombarded with, where did you get it? Can you share it? And I appreciate that, because I'm just like you when I go on somebody else's YouTube video. I want to know where they got it, how good was it. I got an honest review, and I would never steer you wrong. If I didn't like these shrimp, I wouldn't buy them from Zaycon. If I didn't like the freeze-dried stuff, I wouldn't have it in my pantry. So I love the convenience of it. And anyway, so I'm going to bring this back up because the shrimp has now cooled this down. This is totally enough for probably 3 to 4 people. Like I said, it's going to be fantastic. I've already heated up my pasta, and what I do is I put it in a glass, bowl with a lid and a little bit of water spritzing, and then let it just kind of steam again and heat up. And I'll bring you over to the other counter when we're ready to plate this up, because this isn't going to take that long before we have shrimp marinara with a little Parmesan on the top. Yum. Okay, so now we've got our pasta that's steamed in this bowl, and I use Snapware, but the glass, not the plastic. And you just put a little bit of water in the bottom and put the lid on loosely, and it can go right back in the microwave. So we're gonna put this little bit of pasta. I don't need a lot. Ugh, that's probably more than I need, but for display purposes, we're gonna make this glorious. And any of the extra water that might be in the bottom can stay in that bowl. And I love linguine for this kind of stuff. So delicious. Can you see that? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not right-handed, but I'm gonna put it on the right side so I can bring this over and give you a delicious version of my shrimp marinara. Out of the pantry, out of the freezer, out of my preps, and prepping, or you know, actually being a little more self-reliant and not relying on somebody else to make sure you have what you need. I think it's a no-brainer. That is a beautiful thing. Let's put one more shrimp. Oh, and a bell pepper right there. Yeah, maybe one more, because there's tons of shrimp. We'll put one right there. Okay, beautiful. Now we're gonna put the Parmesan cheese. Clean off your dish, because, you know, for pictures and all. Okay, so little grated Parmesan. Oh, nice. Sprinks. And there you go. Let's take a picture or two, and then we're gonna give it a taste. Okay guys, I just have to tell you, this is delicious. The pasta is filling and satisfying, and the shrimp are decadent, and all the veggies, all the freeze-dried and dehydrated and stuff that I already had on the pantry shelf, being prepared for what may come my way. So good. So good. I truly hope this inspires you to take this time while we're having all these issues all across our country, in the US and other countries. I don't mean to be slight of that. To be a little more focused on being prepared for what may come your way depending on where you are at in the country. I don't live next to a coastline, but I live in earthquake country. I also live in a very volatile economic makeup right now. Anything could happen. We don't know what could happen tomorrow. And so I trust that you guys will be prepared and try to work on that in the future. And this month being Preparedness Month, we've got some stuff in store for you. So look forward to the next video, because I'll be featuring a class that's coming up that I will be hostessing on preparedness and on the All-American Sun Oven, and I'm going to give you a link to go to this free class, learn a ton of stuff, get quite possibly some great deals on an All-American Sun Oven. If you're interested, no worries, just go to the class and enjoy. But I want to bring you that. So in my next video, I will feature the link, and I will try to get you up to speed of what might be coming up, because it's coming up here this month in September. And this is delicious. We're going to enjoy it. You could have this with a side salad. There's plenty for 4 people for this size serving. Plenty. And probably 5. Little side salad or some French bread, garlic bread. See, I don't need anything else. That's all actually too much food for me. But as always, guys, I can't wait to see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it gives you some ideas of what you could put back in your pantry. And you know what? Let's all pray for those that are in need and in the path of the upcoming hurricanes. All right. God bless.